wanted to actually bring up something that I feel like could be such a big roadblock for you in your period recovery journey, which is your perception of what you think is enough versus what is actually enough food. So, sharing this because I work with a lot of women who tell me that they feel like they're eating so much food every single day and they're not seeing any progress with their hormones balancing out and they're not getting their periods. And, I'm a dietitian, so obviously nutrition is such a big thing that I look at with every single one of my clients. And very often I will see a lot of gaps within their nutrition that need to be filled in order to actually support healthy, regular monthly ovulation. Because if we are thinking that we're eating enough fats or carbs and we are overdoing it with protein and veggies that make you feel super, super full, what's likely going to happen is you're going to fill up on a lot of these lower energy foods and you're going to feel super full, but we're not actually going to be eating enough calorically to support hormone regulation. So if you're feeling stuck in HA recovery, I might even challenge you to think, are you actually eating enough food, enough calories, enough carbs, and enough fats, rather than just so focusing on protein? Because while protein is super important, especially if you're weight training and you're living an active lifestyle, if we're not actually eating enough carbs, your body's not going to benefit, okay? A lot of the protein that you're consuming is probably just going to be converted into carbs as an energy source, and that's just a really energy demanding process in itself. And your body's primary source of energy comes from glucose, which is carbohydrates. So again, if you are limiting yourself to just one slice of bread at a meal or half a slice of bread, or your carbs is coming from berries, like vegetables, and like that's your main carb source, it's probably why your period is MIA. On the other end of the spectrum, I work with a lot of women who are fearful of adding in more fats. So they're not cooking their veggies in oil. They limit themselves to 1/4 of an avocado. They eat egg whites. They eat fat-free yogurt and cottage cheese. There's like no fat to be found in their diet, which can also suppress your body from actually being able to synthesize hormones. Because if you guys didn't know, your hormones actually are created through dietary fats. And if we don't consume enough of them, we're not going to have healthy hormones. So the thing is, you could be completely reducing your training, focusing on stress reduction. You could be seed cycling, which obviously I'm not a fan of, but you could be doing all the right things. But if you're not actually eating enough to support your body, in addition to HA recovery, you're likely just going to be spinning your wheels and not actually doing the work to get your cycle back. So if this is something that you're struggling with and you want to gain more support to make sure you're taking the right steps to actually getting your cycle back this year, DM me the word Nourished or visit the link in my bio to learn more about how I can support you inside Nourish to Thrive.